Cooking on the VGG Rotisserie. First, before cooking, we'll put between a half an inch and an inch of water in the grease catch to stop against any overheating of oil or smoking. Be careful when you close it and do it smoothly and slowly. Now we'll start the oven. Touch to start. And we're going to choose a chicken recipe. Choose the recipe and push the preheat. The oven will preheat automatically and beep when it's ready to be loaded. You can always check the internal temperature by touching the T anytime through the cook or the preheat. Now we're in the cook, and notice the time, 1 hour at 400 degrees. If we thought at the end of the cook we needed more time, you can add 5 minutes to the cook, all the way up to 15 minutes. So let's go to 15 minutes and hit added to the cook if you did not get the internal temperature you'd hoped for. To program each level, we'll hit first and hold, and you'll see we come to an enter code. This unit does not have a code in it, but we could have put a security code in there for you if you wanted to lock someone out of not going in. Now we're looking at the programming mode, which is basic setup and cook programs. We'll do basic setup first, and this is where you would put in an access code if you would like one. You can also take the unit from Fahrenheit to centigrade and back again. And you can change the language from English to Spanish or back again to English. And then to return to the setup page, we'll hit the X, and now we'll go in and program the cooks. So we're going to program recipe 3. We'll hit edit. And recipe 3 has the preheat off. So what we're going to do is now build the preheat by touching the temperature increase. It will immediately go to 150 degrees. We will move over to the far left icon and then use the up down to increase the temperature. We're now at 400. The first cook is at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll touch on that, and we want to adjust the cook temp on the first step. We'll move all the way over to the left and then to the middle, and we're going to change this to 350 degrees and save. The time, we'll touch the time, and now we can adjust the time, moving the cursor under the number we want to change. And notice CT temp off. That's fine. That would be for a probe if we're using probe. We've now saved the temp and we've saved the time. To insert a name, you will hold the ID button. You will go to Cook Program. You now want to put a name into recipe number 3. We will hold recipe, and you immediately come to the area where you can control and change the name. By moving left to right, we move from letter to letter. Up and down will allow me to change the letters. We're going to call this chicken. So we'll go C, move the icon to the next, and up to H, then 1 over to the right, and move to I, the next over, up We'll go to C, then next, up to K. E is correct, and we'll move to the right one more, and we'll put in N. If you move up, you'll go to the numbers. If you move down, you go to the letters. Move to the next, and we want to erase that. If it's at 0, go 1 down, and we'll immediately erase. And we want to change this to chicken, and we'll number it 4. And now we're getting out, and it is now named as chicken 4. And now we're starting the operation in preheating for chicken 1. The oven is now preheating. We'll load the oven using the process we've seen before. Long point into the center hole and then back the spit into the 2 holes that correspond on the right-hand side. And we'll advance each time to be able to load all of the chickens. We're loading a total of 8 spits, 3 chickens each, 24 chickens. You can go up to 4 chickens with no problem at all based on size. Putting the last spit in now. And we've completely loaded the oven. We will close the door and push the cook button. As the oven cooks, you'll see the beautiful colors and the finish on the chicken. We're now removing the chicken, 1 spit by 1 spit. We will check the internal temperature to make sure we get at least 180 degrees, and note we come in from the side of the breast directly into the thigh meat, and we're looking for 180 degrees, of which we have perfectly. Great, moist, beautifully finished chicken. I'm pushing the advance button and removing the last of the spits. And you'll notice on this next spit we left one untrussed, and during the cook it broke apart and fell off the spit. Very important to truss chickens. We had to remove the chicken before finishing the cook. And the last spit now is coming out. We're forwarding the rotation using the rotation button, and the final spit is removed. We'll close the door and allow the unit to cool down. Look at the color across those chickens. They're beautiful. Now the process to remove them from the spit is very simple. No banging or slamming, just sliding the chickens off the V-spits, protecting against breaking any skin or breaking legs or wings off of the chicken. Completed a beautiful set of rotisserie chicken. This has been the presentation of the BKI VGG 8 and VGG 5 rotisserie. For more information, please contact BKI customer service directly at 1-800-927-6887. Thank you.